What's up for this week? A soap I haven't used in a long time. It's a shave we call HUFA. Haven't used for ages. Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina, back again with another shave. Today it's not really a review of any new products. It's what we used to call a HUFA shave, haven't used for ages. And this one goes out to Ant Tight Bun Smith. He used to say that all the time, and we're just bringing it back again for one of these shaves. Today the product is going to be from Meissner Tremonia, Pots of Milk. This is the shaving paste soap. This is made with goat's milk and cold pressed macadamia nut oil. As you can see, I have not used all of that. Obviously, I've given away loads and loads of samples, but I have not used this for a very long time. And I thought, I was just out for a week of travel, and I thought this would be the perfect thing to bring this back out from the back of the shelf and give it a whirl again. This also contains barbasu oil, jojoba oil, argan oil, beautiful skin conditioning product in this case. Very, very nice soap. We'll talk about it as we get to use it. It is different than the hard soap, obviously. We'll talk about the paste in a moment, which I have pressed into a very small container for travel purposes. I took along with me this Yaqi convertible brush because, of course, you can unscrew it, and if you need to pack light or you have a small container, you can fit that in there like that. I have not yet used the Badger version of this knob, but I will certainly do so soon. I just picked that at random from the synthetic brushes I have. Today's razor is going to be a long-time favorite, the Fine Marvel. I will be putting in there, I think it is the last of my Gillette Platinum blades. I've been getting one good shave, maybe two good shaves out of these blades, and then I am tossing them. A far cry from the Bizamet. There's the Gillette Platinum, so let's go and get the razor assembled. There is the top cap, the base plate with those very cool oversized safety bars. I'm going to put the washer on and then use the handle provided with the razor, which is a nice heavy weight to complement the large blade gap and allow the weight of the razor to do the work. There you go. There is the razor ready to go. Let's get to the soap. I will show you what I have here. I am using the Cologne. This was the Polish soap. This was the Mydło do Golenia. This was the artisan shaving soap from Poland. I have a small travel size container that or a sample, so I scooped out some of the pots of milk and put that in here. Now this is a extremely soft, almost cream-like soap. So you do have to load this a bit differently, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. Let me get my face wet, and we'll go and lather up. I don't think this will be a very long video. Well under an hour, I'm sure. This should be a pretty quick shave because there's not really any new products to talk about. Just the return of an old favorite. All right, I've wet my face a little bit. I'm going to wet the brush through, and I'm going to shake out most of the water. And then I'm going to basically press the tips into the paste, because if you try to swirl in there, you're really just kind of mushing the soap around. So what I found I was doing was basically just trying to pick up some soap, and you can see what's happening. As soon as you start pressing on it, it starts deforming in there. So you just got to be a little bit careful that you also don't pick up too much. And if I need a bit more, I'll go back, obviously, but I'm just kind of lightly pulling some off into the bristles, and we'll see if that's enough. Now, just to show you what's happened, God, the soap is really slippery. As you can see, it's already pushed a lot of the soap to the outside of the container, so you will have to sometimes use your finger and press it back into the middle to get it out. All right. A bit more water on my face and a touch on the brush. This is soap that you should not overwater at the beginning. Plenty of water inside that brush. You'll see it start to drip out a little bit. I went looking for the soap back on the Meissner Tremonia website, and I'm not sure that they still sell this soap. find all the others, but not the pots of milk. Still sounds a little airy. It's building up a nice lather, but it doesn't yet have that kind of really slick feel to it. Now, I will say that the paste soaps in general, they do feel a little bit different than the hard soap, or like many other soaps. And I think this is something that, I don't know if it kind of takes people by surprise or whether it leads them to think that somehow the soap or the paste isn't really working. Nothing could be further from the truth. You just got to work it a little bit, and you'll soon find a wonderful lather prepping you for your shave. There we go. That might even be still a little too thick. I'm going to add just a touch of water. I'm going to just lightly work that in. In fact, a little more, because I think it's a little thick on my cheeks there. No argument with that. All right, let's go ahead and get shaving. The soap, if you leave it a little too thick and too pasty, you will find that your razor can very easily start to slip over the surface of your skin. The soap is kind of slick and creates a really nice kind of greasy layer. But if that's too thick, you're actually not helping yourself get a good shave. So you really just have to make sure the lather is really right. You may see that here. If it's too thick, I'll add a bit of water. Yeah, people would, in the old days, when there weren't as many people making shaving videos, at least it didn't seem like there were as many, people would have still, of course, jumped on new products. There just weren't as many back then. In the old days. But it would still lead to people having a mountain of stuff. So on occasion, rather than showcase something new, people would drag something old and that would be called a haven't used for ages shave. I've got to say, it is fun to reach to the back of the shelf and pull out something that's been languishing for a while. I remember using this soap for the first time, and I had a bit of trouble working the lather because I wasn't quite sure how to do it. It was, as you've seen, very, very soft. But man, my first shave, I remember thinking, man, this is well worth the money. Very good slickness. Feels really good and kind of fatty on the face. You can kind of feel, reminds me of Mitchell's Wolf Fat in a sense, in that you can feel a nice protective layer of fat, in this case from the goat's milk. I think in German it's Ziegenmilch. I love the container. The full-size container is this very heavy glass jar, so once that soap is finished in the year 2929, then be able to use that for something else that doesn't have an actual home. Because no way I'm getting rid of those beautiful glass jars. As you can see, no issue building a lather. Feels really good on the face. Just easy to work with. Very nice and slick. Good level of protection too. Okay, this is going to be the across the grain. Yeah, and the Marvel remains absolutely one of my favorites. Not a big fan of these blades in here, but not a big fan of these blades in general, but I think this may be the last one. Absolutely just walking through it. Yeah, definitely some distinct blade feel, but no sensation that that blade edge is doing something funny. I do have to watch in the bottom of my neck though. A little bit of dryness and irritation down there. Spent the week in a conference where air conditioning was blowing 24/7. Warm outside, cold inside. I can definitely feel just, doesn't feel great down there. All right, pass number 2, done. Pretty good residual slickness. Not tremendous, but it's there, but not amazing. All right, third and final pass, and you saw how little I used out of that container. Paste like the soap, quite concentrated. It's the one downside of the paste. I think it's going to be very easy for people to overload. Travel brush really works well. Small, it's nice you can take it apart. If you have something a bit smaller, you can try to not crowd out other items. It also means you could, if you wanted to, take both knots with you. And there we go. Yeah, let me put in, by the way, put in another plug for, where do I have it? This Gillette Yaqi travel case. It was spearhead shaving. This just worked fantastically well for this week. It's just, the stuff just fits in there so perfectly. I took 5 blades. I didn't really need 5 blades, but I took them anyway. Handle, the head, everything, it just snaps in. It just keeps it just tight and perfectly in place. Excellent travel option. All right, third and final pass. Yeah, very, very nice slickness on this soap. Go a little bit easy here. Not looking for a perfect shave, looking for an irritation-free shave. It's just not worth pushing it. I know I say this on a regular basis, but I think it's something which people definitely need to hear more than once. But that's just me. I'm always going to choose a comfortable close shave with no irritation over a perfect shave. Yeah, the Marvel is still just such a pleasure to use. There we go. Gonna leave it just right there. All right, let's rinse off. Yep, that definitely feels better. No real heat or irritation down there. Rinsing off the soap is actually pretty easy. Like I said, residual slickness is there, but it's not one of those wow kind of things. Clean up my ears a little bit. All right, let's rinse off, towel off, and then apply some aftershave. Yeah, well, still very clean. Even though I'm not going to go over that again, that is absolutely fine by me. Let my neck heal up for a couple days. I know it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't need to look bad to feel bad. And I can definitely feel still right where those hot spots were. And it's always right at the very end of my neck. Skin gets too dry. You're in the air conditioning for hours and hours and hours, and it's just pulling all the moisture out of you. And it's those spots right down there that become easily irritated. And so I just don't irritate them. Wipe some of that lather off my shirt. All right, for the aftershave. Well, hard to go wrong with the Epsilon Blue Mediterranean. And I received a package Friday, that contained 2 sample bottles, full sample bottles of the original Floyd Blue, which is fantastic. And we'll get to what that person sent over the weeks to come, because he sent a box full of stuff, including those Floyd Blue samples. I've got a couple really fun shaves coming up in the next couple months for sure. It's going to be great to be able to compare these two, the Epsilon Blue Mediterranean against the Floyd original, and see if in fact they are actually the same. And my suspicion is that they're not, and they're just close. But we shall see side by side. Okay. This is still absolutely one of my favorites. No real sting. There is definitely an alcohol hit. You can kind of sometimes feel it in your eyes, and a menthol hit. Nice cooling. Yeah, that smells. I think this may, because I gave it a brief sniff yesterday, the Blue Mediterranean, I think it is a little bit lighter and maybe a touch more citrus and less powder, but we'll see. All right, let me just rinse my hands and let's make a lightning tour through the products used today. Yeah, that did up pretty well. Just got to be careful. You got to watch your skin, listen to your skin, and just let that be your guide as you shave. I know I say that all the time, but it bears repeating. All right, I have not used this for ages. Well, now I can't really say that anymore because, of course, I literally just used this. The Meissner Tremonia pots of milk. This is goat's milk, macadamia nut oil, barbasu oil, argan oil, jojoba oil. Anything else in there? I don't think they actually list the ingredients on here. Oh, they do on the bottom. Kaolin clay is the other thing to call out in there. Wonderful stuff. As you can see from the way the container reacts when you use the brush, very, very soft. They are not kidding when they say paste. It is really quite soft. You just need to be dipping the tips of your brush in there. I will leave this sit out and dry out. If I were to go back and add it back to the original container, I'm not going to. But if I were, I would leave this sit out and dry, and I could just go back and reuse that. Wonderful soap, great slickness, great protection. Really love the face feel. Post shave is really pretty good. You know, it's yeah, it's nice. Once you use the aftershave though, kind of the most post shave is going to be gone, but post shave was really quite nice. Love the soap, and I'd be sorry to see if that goes. If that's no longer an offering for them, that would be unfortunate. Well, today's razor, a long-time favorite. I hope Spencer Frankel is enjoying his as well. The Fine Marvel, fantastic razor, nice degree of blade feel, very efficient, not scary aggressive at all. Don't let that blade gap fool you. Very, very easy to use, and a wonderful razor. Really, really like it. Great travel option from Yaqi, which is this convertible brush handle. Comes with 2 different knots, synthetic and badger. This is the second run for the synthetic. Like I said, I just picked it up at random from the synthetic brushes I have because they make a great travel option. The aftershave of choice, Epsilon Blue Mediterranean, nice hit of alcohol, nice big hit of menthol, but not overwhelming at all. Wonderful scent. It doesn't last very long, but it's just so good. And then let's not forget my new travel buddy, this Yaqi reproduction. This is just an excellent option for travel. It's just beautiful, nice, well-designed, tight package. I hope to have this for years and years and years to come. Well, my friends, that's it. Haven't used for ages. It's nice to go back and try something that's been sitting on the shelf for a while. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you again so much for watching. As always, please feel free to leave your questions or comments against this video or any previous video. I'll try to get back to those as quickly as I can. Been out for a week, so there'll be a bit of a backlog, but I'll work my way through that, not to worry. Otherwise, as always, thank you again so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.